What's up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to 5 otherworldly deep-sea creatures found at the bottom of the Mariana's Trench by Top 5s. Now, Top 5s makes great videos, and this is obviously, it's not like a normal Top 5s video, because normally Top 5s video does a lot of like ghosts or supernatural type stuff. But this is just like weird sea creatures, and I know, you know, the deeper you go in the sea, the weirder things get for some reason. So, yeah, this should be very interesting, because I've seen some sea creatures that are, like, really, really deep down, like the, you know, the anglerfish. They look terrifying as hell. So, I have high hopes that this video is going to be freaking crazy. But anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Top 5s if you haven't already. Without any further ado, let's begin. The Mariana's Trench.
In the west of the Pacific Ocean lies the deepest trench that has ever been found. It's almost 7 miles deep, which means that if the depth was compared to the height of Mount Everest, it would surpass the mountain by almost 1.5 miles.
Whoa. I never knew how deep the Mariana's Trench was. Is it Mariana, or Marinara? I don't know how you pronounce it.
At the bottom of the trench, the water exerts such massive pressure that the only way to get a sense of the force on shore would be to load 50 large jets onto a single person. The Challenger Deep is the part of the Mariana Trench that is the deepest part of the ocean, and on its own, Challenger Deep measures around 1,000 feet deep. The complete darkness, the ridiculous pressure, and the scarce food at the bottom of this trench would mean no life could possibly exist there. But that's not true.
Yeah, look at this! I've seen this freaking thing before. Look at that. That's weird. What is that? What is that? It's like a sea spider. That's what it looks like. That's freaking creepy. And yeah, like the amount of pressure at the bottom of the ocean down there, that'd be insane. What do you say it was in comparison to, like 50 jets on top of each other or something? Because, you know, if you were down there, all that water's above you and it's going down on top of you. That would crush you instantly. I'm surprised we've been able to create anything to withstand that kind of pressure, honestly.
Despite the extreme conditions of the trench, life still manages to dwell there. That anything could manage to survive here is a testament to the variety and incredible
Oh, that was a jellyfish?
Mechanisms that allow life to flourish in so many different locations. Because the materials for survival are so scarce here, organisms must make do with different resources. They may end up consuming chemicals, since other organic food sources may not be in great supply. Dead plankton is an option, but it takes a while for the dead plankton to sink thousands of feet into Challenger Deep.
Those fish look like ghosts. It's quite cool to me.
So organisms cannot spend a lot of time waiting for the bodies to make it to the low end. Here are 5 incredible life forms that can be found in this extreme location.
Man, I'm already liking this video, and the list hasn't even started. I already think it's awesome.
Please sit back and enjoy the wonders of our incredible planet.
It's a nice change from like the spooky stuff, right?
Gigantic amoeba. To get a sense of how strange and amazing this find really is, consider the size of a non-oceanic amoeba. Amoeba are single-cell organisms that live anywhere from lakes to animal intestines. A common amoeba, named Amoeba proteus, is usually about 250 to 750 microns large, or less than 0.03 of an inch. In other words, you cannot usually see them. They are often microscopic. So,
are you telling me there's one that actually exists that's not microscopic?
Imagine being able to see a huge amoeba without the aid of a microscope.
That's one?
That is what researchers from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography at UC San Diego found in the Mariana Trench. Some of these gigantic amoebas were about 4 inches long. They are called xenophyrophores and are only found in deep sea environments. They are also
4 inches long, but normally it's 0.0 something of an inch. Like normally it's so small you can't really see it. That's crazy.
Very abundant on the seafloor. Researchers believe that they may be the largest single-celled organism in existence. They trap particles from the water around them and accumulate high levels of lead, mercury, and uranium in their bodies.
Oh, what does it filter out the ocean or something?
This makes them highly resistant to heavy metals. But despite this, and the fact they are big enough to grasp in your hand, they are very fragile, and it's still surprising to find them so deep in the Mariana Trench. Take a look at this incredible footage of them.
That's cool. It also kind of looks weird. It looks kind of like, I don't know. For some reason, it reminds me of a salad. I don't know why. It reminds me of like kale or something, but like white kale. And I hate kale.
Mariana snailfish. This is another species that is not well known, and the fact that they can be found in the deepest trench known to man
It looks like a shrimp.
more mysterious. There are hundreds of species of snailfish, several other species that have been observed
Okay, so there was a shrimp there. So there was a snailfish and a shrimp. Okay.
but undescribed. They have tadpole-shaped bodies and can be found from shallow places to deep-sea areas. This variance in depth makes them unlike any other kind of fish we know. Each trench has its own snailfish species, including the Mariana Trench, and the snailfish found there may be a new species of snailfish altogether. They appear to be jelly-like and coloured pale pink and seem to be extremely fragile, almost as though they are made of tissue paper.
It's weird that something that fragile, you know, and it seems as if it could be tissue paper or whatever. It's weird that something that fragile can withstand the amount of pressure down there, isn't it? Like, how does that happen? How can it survive down there and we not? I don't freaking get it. Like, something that fragile, it would have to deal with so much pressure from the amount of water above it. How does it not get crushed and like smushed? I don't know. But it's cool nonetheless.
In 2008, it was thought that snailfish living in the Japan Trench were the deepest living fish. These species seem to have adapted to the crushing pressures of living so deep beneath the surface. And before the discovery in Japan, snailfish were also found in Puerto Rico Trench. You would think that any kind of fish living—
Ew! That's what they look like out of water? No, keep them in water. That's disgusting. I thought they'd look kind of cute or whatever in the water. Well, I don't know if I say cute, but they didn't look that bad, right? This looks... ew.
in such extreme places would be lethargic creatures. But the snailfish discovered in both the Japan Trench and the Mariana Trench seem incredibly lively and very active, and even appear to thrive in the extreme pressure. The sensitive receptors on their nose help them navigate and hunt in total darkness. Take a look at these extraordinary delicate-looking creatures that would—
So can they see the light? There's obviously a light, you know, that's on them, right? So we can actually see it in the footage. But if they don't see light that often, or if ever, if they live down there, then wouldn't it just be weird for them to see it? Like, do you think they'd be acting weird around it?
wouldn't survive if they were brought to the surface.
See, look, they don't look that bad here, but when you take them out of water, they're absolutely terrifying to look at. Alright.
Sea cucumbers. Sea cucumbers inhabit a wide range of oceanic climates. Some inhabit shallow parts of the ocean, and others deep-sea environments. Back in 1960, when Welsh and Pickard witnessed organisms in the Mariana Trench that resembled sea cucumbers, they were not clear on what they were.
Wait, so they are sea cucumbers? Also, total side note. For some reason, I think I've heard that, you know, ancient Romans? I heard that they would use sea cucumbers as, like, toilet paper, basically, and they'd wipe their butt with sea cucumbers. I believe that's a fact. I heard that a long time ago, but they wouldn't use the ones that are, like, this deep. They'd just use the ones that they could, like, dive in the ocean and get, so that they would be kind of shallow, then get them. I heard that. I don't know if it's fact, though, but that's what I heard a long time ago.
However, with advances in technology and science, there are now photographs and footage that extensively document the wealth of sea cucumber life in the Mariana Trench. Throughout the world, there are over 1,000 species of sea cucumber.
They look gross.
And now we know that they are also abundant in the deepest part of the ocean. Sea cucumbers are scavengers who
They look really gross. Like, ew.
move along the sea floor and feed on tiny particles of algae or microscopic animals that they collect with their tube feet. They grind down these particles to smaller pieces that are further broken down by bacteria.
Wait, their feet are mouths? Their feet are what eat? Also, that's the most disgusting one yet.
And discarded back into the ocean to become part of the ocean's nutrient cycle. Some sea cucumbers have been found to process more than 130 kilograms of sediment per year. So these strange little creatures are an important part of sea life. In effect, they filter the seabeds. But they are not just bottom dwellers, they can also swim, and many of the images taken of them near the trench show them majestically moving in the water. Take a look.
Like, do they have eyes or something? Where are they swimming to? If their food is on the ground most of the time, well, if their food is on the ground, why are they just swimming around? Shouldn't they be crawling around for food? I mean, the objective of all wildlife is just to survive. You'd think they'd be on the ground all the time. Well, why is it swimming around? Also, why is that translucent? What is in it? Is that its Ew! Is that its intestines? It's cool, but weird. Alright, last one.
Jellyfish.
Oh.
In 2016, scientists aboard a research vessel found footage of an extremely beautiful glowing jellyfish located near Mariana Trench. Nothing like it had ever been seen before. It's still not completely understood, but
that's what it looks like? Wait, that's what it looks like? The last one that we saw a couple seconds ago looks a lot nicer than this. This looks creepy.
That it does not grow the way most jellyfish do, who normally remain in a polyp phase before developing into a form that can drift. They believe this species may spend its entire life floating in the ocean. It currently has no name, and
oh wait, so this is what it looks like then. Why does this picture and the other one look so different in comparison?
It's hard to tell what the glowing parts are, but they may be reproductive glands. This beautiful footage of the unknown jellyfish shows it with extended tentacles, indicating that it's in a predatory position and wants to catch prey. Take a look at this incredible creature.
What does it eat? Anyway, that's it for this video. This is pretty awesome. It wasn't as cool as I was expecting it to be because I was expecting some of the weird creatures. Because you get like the anglerfish, and there's so many freaking creepy looking creatures that are deep in the ocean. But I guess they just don't live that deep. Maybe it's too much pressure for them to live. That would explain why they're not in this video. But I was expecting a lot more creepy creatures. Like, just go look up some of the creatures that live, you know, deep down. Because they get freaking terrifying. Like, absolutely terrifying. Like, with their crazy fangs and everything. It's insane. I was expecting a lot of them to be in here, but there weren't. I guess it's because they don't live that deep. But, nonetheless, still pretty awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you did, if you're new, and subscribe to the family. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Top 5s also. And I'll see you guys next time. Boop!